same. Only the names will change every day. It seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces are so cold. I drive all night just to get back home. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Wanted, dead or alive.
The old Reb, back in the saddle again, broadcasting live from central South Dakota, out here in the prairies. What's going on out there? A lot of things going on. Lot of things going on. But the main thing I'm going to tell you is, are you ready? You've had a long time to get ready and be prepared. What I'm going to tell you right now is to arm yourselves. And don't let anybody tell you any different, and trust no one unless you have a circle. And in your circle, you will know. But we must guard against the agent provocateurs and the infiltrators that want to disrupt this land. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about living free to be free. And you have to fight for freedom on a constant basis, and you have to keep track of this beloved country that seems to be headed in a direction we don't like to see right now. Pay attention, Americans. It's coming. And it's like, I just posted a little bit ago on Facebook, but my response to a moron that tells me, well, that's illegal. And I respond, the federal government breaks the law on a daily basis and nothing happens. So what should make it any different for anyone else who wants to live free with a little bit of common sense? To get the word out, and we want to be left alone and live in peace. And yet they continue down the trek to take care of the problem, which is us, you and me. They think are the problem, when in the reality of it is, they are the problem. They are the problem. It's just like this business with communications, you know. Well, you know, when things hit the fan, get a license and get communications. You know what? When things hit the fan, a license don't mean a damn thing. Licenses are out the door. You might as well think of it that way. What else is going to happen? You think that those folks who were in the Holocaust looked like that in the camps when they got there? Yes, that's when they got there. When they got there. They weren't starved into camps, although some of them were. They were starved in their homes, which made it easy for them to be rounded up. And you don't believe the old Reb. You do your own research. You'll find out. You'll find out. I'm doing a test today to see how this new software is working out, and I kind of like it. A little bit of things to do here. Just kind of like my friend Brian Lang with Live Truth Radio. If you don't know who he is, livetruthradio.com. And Brian has been around a long time, so I would suggest if you do follow or seek him out, he needs donations, so help him out, just like we do here. We don't like asking for it. I'll tell you what, I want to do a special shout out to Gwen Caldwell. I've never forgot her. She is the real gem that has helped this radio station stay on the air. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, as honest as I can be to you. We were in danger of going off the air several years ago, and Gwen stepped forward and helped us with a soundboard. And we went through a lot of them back in the day. And now we're kind of in a position where we're doing a little better. But even if it's $1, if you can help us out, find me on Facebook, message me. I'll tell you how it's done. We're out here in central South Dakota along the mighty Missouri River. Beautiful day. It was yesterday. Right now it's a chilly day, 51 degrees at Rebel headquarters. The Second Amendment stands for itself. Without it, we can't have any of the rest of them. I suggest if you want to find a platform to check out that gives you information on a daily basis, you check with Jared with Guns and Gadgets. He is on top of it. My hat is off to you, sir. If you ever want to come on this program, I'd love to have you. I'm sure that between you and me, we can discuss a lot of things when it comes to the Second Amendment. This broadcast is coming to you worldwide on the MIB radio network, rapidfire.caster.fm. Since 2014, this media is dedicated to the memory of Lavoy Finicum. I should say we've been broadcasting since 2014, but it is dedicated to the memory of Lavoy Finicum, a true American hero and patriot who died with the principle of taking a stand. He knew it. And taking a stand, he set the example. And whether you want to think it's right or wrong, the man was unarmed and the FBI shot him down. And if you think the FBI is your friend, you got another thing coming. When the FBI goes to great lengths to frame and cause mischief and trouble for American patriots in Michigan and the Ohio patriots, it's wrong. And the FBI knows it. Sloppy Joe knows it. All of them know it. And right now I'm calling for the ATF to be abolished. You're an organization that is outdated and over existence. We don't need you. There's only one permit in this land that guarantees you the right and the sovereignty to stand your ground, and that's the Second Amendment. But then you know what? We don't have to talk about the Constitution or any of it. We are free Americans. Real Americans who answer to no one because no one is going to care about us but us. There's no justice. There's just us. Remember it. And like I've said many times on my show, Jerry Spence, the famous trial lawyer who defended Randy Weaver at Ruby Ridge, said there's no justice in this country. There never has been. And you can't seek it out. They brag about a 98% conviction rate, and we wonder why. And there are innocent people who have been convicted wrongly sitting in jail. And they're not getting out. They're not getting out. And yet the casual Americans, they sit back and it's not their problem until the problem becomes you. Until the problem becomes you. And then what, right? There's a freedom fighter out there by the name of Bill Napoli. Bill Napoli was in state government in South Dakota and fought to lower taxes, and they gave him a bad time. They gave him a bad time, and there's other folks that have been in office that have tried. In fact, they went in sincerely to enforce the Constitution and do the right thing, and always singled out and ostracized and kept to the side. Why? Because of the truth. And what does the truth do? It sets you free. This radio station is dedicated to freedom, to the American biker, the American farmer and rancher, good law enforcement, and our troops. Our hat is off to all of those people who helped build this country into the United States of America. And then, of course, I'm going to quote Russell Means, and I don't care who says what or doesn't like what. Our Native American brothers and sisters have been persecuted, and I, for one, am done with it. We're not going to allow that on this program. Russell Means said that right now, because he knew and understood the Constitution, this whole country is one giant Indian reservation. That's what's happening right now, and you better wake up. William Cooper, the grandfather of alternative media, warned us back in the 90s. He warned us, and they did not like him. And guess what? They took care of him. And they can take care of all of us if they so desire and if they so think. We're on to your games out there, socialists, and we're ready to crush your evil. You can take that to the bank. We're on to it. And I am not condoning violence, but we will stop you by doing it the right way and doing the right thing. And if you can't follow the laws of our country, don't expect the real Americans to go along with your plans, because we're not. This message is going out to real Americans, the real folks, the ones who have a heart, and the ones that know there is a crisis in America that goes deep to the bone. So you think about it today, what the old Reb has given you as a message. I love this country. You have no idea how I love this country. And I love God-fearing folks, the patriots, and all my friends out there that I've associated over the years who care themselves. Very, very good people. My hat is off to all of you. The American biker has been persecuted, and yet they give more charity than the U.S. government. And we stand with the American biker. I'm an old biker myself. Shout out to Slider Joe out there, brother. A real American and a real freedom fighter, and many, many more. Jeremy Dieter from Ohio. The Freeman Report. Check that out. The Freeman Report. You'll find it. You can find them on YouTube. Then, of course, there are heroes that have been around a long time. They may not consider themselves heroes. Norman Olson of the Michigan Militia and now up in Alaska. And if you want to see some information, you can find Norm on Facebook, and I deeply respect Norman Olson. Long ago, when the militia VHS videotapes came out, Norman Olson and Ray Southwell put out a program to teach and explain to you about the Constitution and the militia. And now they're trying to brand the militia as the bad guy, when we know where the bad guy is. We know who the bad guy is. You fool no one. and we're on to you. Get a copy of the Constitution, read it, live it, talk about it at the kitchen table. The old Reb. I'm out of here for now.